Guess what's back? Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog. It's been an incredibly busy week. So we sold the TT, which is great, fantastic. The guy who bought it, he was traded, though he made out he wasn't, but telltale signs soon came to fruition, and he's a dealership in Wales, and he's got the car, and the car is now gone, as you can see on the screen right now. Then of course we had the car returned to us from its painting. It's taken a little while, but I am so impressed with the paint job, and the guys at Woodville Stretton have done a fantastic job. Thank you, Lee. I am so impressed with the work that you've done, and I am going to continue to work with you with all the cars that need work from this episode from our workshop here. So yeah, I am so impressed. In fact, so impressed that I'm going to show you in a second what the car looks like, because we got some work to do. We got lots of things to do in the car to get it ready for selling, so we can get the next project here, and so we can move on. Okay, so we got a couple of things that we need to do in the car. In fact, more than a couple of things. We need to repair the headlamps. So the headlamps work, but the lugs that hold the headlamps in place at the bottom, they're broken, so we need to repair those. We need to take the seats of the car, and that's what we're going to do in today's episode. We're taking the seats out of the car so we can get those clean, because even though we've ozoned the car, it needs another session. The seats need cleaning. They definitely they don't look good, so they need to be cleaned properly, and we're going to do that today. Then of course we need to evaluate the interior of the car. The car needs a good detail in the carpet, and taking the seats out is going to make that job so much easier. So we'll take the passenger seat out now, and we'll undo a couple of bolts for the driver's seat. We'll put the car back into the garage, and then we will take the driver's seat out, and then we can start cleaning that up. And as well as doing all of that, I'm going to fit the mirrors back onto the car. Really, we're going to start reassembling the car. So hopefully this is going to take us a few episodes to get this all back up and together. Then we can get the car ready for sale, or ready to be sold. That's right. So without further ado, let's crack on. Let's go and have a look at the car, and let's see how good a paint job Woodville Stretton have done. Okay, so let's go and take a look and get ready to see what the car looks like now. Okay, so as you can see, the car is looking absolutely brilliant, and even the wings that were problematic, they've managed to fit those really well. So we've now got just a few jobs to do to get this car back into place, and one of the jobs we need to do, sort out these headlamps. Now I'm going to try and show you in the back here. I'm going to point with my finger, so that's the plastic lug right there for the headlamp, and as you can see, if I rattle it, you will see that it's loose. Well, in fact, it's broken, so I've got to repair that. And the same is applicable on the other side down there. So just down the bottom there, you can see the lug. I'm going to try and zoom in. So that's the lug, the plastic bit there I'm pointing to right now, and you can see it's broken off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take those off. We're going to repair them with some plastic glue, and hopefully we're going to get that back in. Now in the car we have the bumper, and look at that, that just looks beautiful, absolutely stunning. They've done a fantastic job on that. So we need to get that assembled. That'll be another episode, because I've got the old bumper in the garage, and we need to get that back up and running. But in the meantime, what we need to do is get those seats loosened so we can start getting them clean, and then we can start reassembling the car finally and getting it ready to look presentable for sale. So as a precaution, just before I take out the seat and disconnect the airbags, I'm gonna disconnect the battery just to be on the safe side. Okay, one seat out, and just look at the state of that. That is just disgusting. I'm gonna have to give that a thorough clean. That's yeah, that's not good. Okay, so we'll loosen up the other seat, and then we'll drive the car back in the garage, and then we'll take the other seat out in the garage. Yeah, that makes sense, because we can get the car back in the garage then. Okay, let's go and do that now. Okay, so we've got the airbags disconnected now. You can see the connections down here on both sides. So now we just need to get the battery reconnected, and then we can put the car back in the garage and then take this seat out, and then we can start the cleaning process. Okay, seat on the workbench. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a strip of tape, and I'm going to work one side with some some foam upholstery cleaning, just some domestic stuff, nothing serious, fancy. Just want to see what the effects are and whether or not it will actually do the job, or whether I have to go and get some more professional detail chemical to give this a more thorough clean. So we'll put the tape down, we'll give it a clean, and then we'll see how it looks. We'll compare the two sides. So as you can see, that is just one pass that I've made in the car, and you can see the difference. There is a clear line that goes along. Now, admittedly, this is wet, so I'm going to leave it overnight, and then we're going to check to see what it looks like. Okay, so yeah, definitely can see that it's cleaner. Doesn't matter what side you look at it, you can definitely see, but like I said, it is wet or damp to the touch. So I'm going to let it dry, and I'm going to see what it looks like once it dries. So we're going to come back in the morning and we're going to take a look.
The next morning.
Okay, so that's the seat now cleaned up. I think I can probably get it better, and I'm going to try it with some Finesse Verso next week, because although this stuff it's a, well, look at it, it's from Ambersil, and it's called Auto Groom. I don't think it's not really heavy duty, and this needs a really heavy duty clean. So rather than continue with this, I think it'd be better for me to get the proper stuff. So I'm going to get an APC. If you wonder what APC stands for, it's all-purpose cleaner. You'll hear a lot of detailers talk about that, and that's going to give a more thorough clean, because then I can use my proper dispenser bottle here, which can then saturate the seat, and then I can use my wet and dry vacuum cleaner to suck up all the residue, and I think it's going to look better. So I think what I'm going to do now is take the other seat out of the car in preparation, because I need to clean out the car in anger. So I've given the car another dose of ozone. You can see my ozone machine just sitting over there. If my camera was going to play cooperate with me. So you can see the ozone machine just sitting right here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this seat out. I've got one bolt holding it in place just down there. You can see that I've already disconnected the seat. So that seat will be out. I can then get in there and clean up the carpets. I'll do that when I get the Verso from Auto Fitness as well, because that will do that. And then we'll finish today's vlog by taking the headlights out of the car. Okay, headlamp time. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take these headlights out and we're going to assess the damage on them. So we'll start off with this side, then we'll take that side off, then we'll take and see what we need to do to get these headlamps properly mounted in this car and to make sure that there's no other damage other than the tabs. So let's do that right now. Okay, so we'll remove the headlights now, as you saw, and there is only one tab that secures the headlamp underneath other than this framework here. So basically this bolt and this bolt is what secures the front of the headlamp. This bulb up here secures the center, and then this one here is a tab that's actually broken off, and the same goes on the other side. So on the other side, there's the other tab at the back there, and it's that what's broken off. So we've not done too bad, really. It's just two tabs at the back. I'm going to take this tab off and we'll go to the workbench and have a look and see how they fit. Okay, so we have our headlamps now, and we're going to take a look at the damage on the headlamp. So whenever you get crash damaged cars, if it's anything that's been hit on the front, the thing that normally goes are the tabs of the headlamp. So on this one here, you can see, hopefully, this tab here, well, that's gone, that's broken. Okay, on the other side, it's gone in exactly the same place. So here's the tabs in question, and as you can see on this one here, it fits perfectly over here. Okay, so that's that. And then on this one over here, this is the other side, this fits onto that just there as well. Now if I could attempt to glue this, but it's never going to be strong enough to hold it in place firmly. Once I put the screws in, it's just going to break loose again. So what you can actually get for a lot of manufacturer cars is you can get replacement tabs, and what the tabs do is they're designed to fit over, then you screw them in place, and see it happen to do such a kit. So I'm going to order 2 of these kits for this car, because that's not the only tab that has gone as well. So if I turn these over, so if you look on the top of this one here, there's a tab here that's gone as well, that's broken off, that's a common tab. And if I turn this one over as well, on this one, it's lost both tabs. So it's lost the tab here and it's lost the tab here, whereas this one has still got that tab, but it's clearly lost that on the front there. Also, turning it to the front, let's see if I can do this without dropping them, so on the front here there is another tab, which is this one here, and this goes in here like so. You can see it fits in nicely there. That's broken off. That one might be salvageable, but again, I think that's in the kit, whereas if you look here on this one, you can see that tab is in place. So if I had to replace the headlamps, because these are LED headlamps, they will cost, for the Seat Leon, I believe it's £499 plus VAT each, just to replace the plastic lugs. But like I said, fortunately you can get a lug kit, so I'm going to get the lug kit, get those on the car, and then we can fit that back onto the car. Other than that, there's no other damage to the headlamp housing, which is perfect. So once we get that in there, we can then fit the bumper, which is sitting nice and sweet in the car, get that back in the car. Here's the old bumper here. looking in a very sorry state, but fortunately everything in the bumper is absolutely fine. So I'm going to strip that and then we'll fit that onto that bumper and then fit that back onto the car, and then that will be virtually it. So I think we're going to call it a day there. I think we've done enough on this car for one day, so we'll stop it there. Okay, so that's it for this week. We got a few things done. Not as much as we wanted to, but these things take time. So next week we're going to be repairing those headlights. We're going to get those lugs in. We're also going to clean the carpets in the car. We're going to give it a thorough clean. The carpets are really dirty, and now that we've got the seats out, we can give it a clean, and we can use some proper APC to ensure that that comes out and clean and eliminate the smells in the cars forever. We actually done a lot of that anyway, because I've given it another dose of ozone, and that's really made a massive difference this time around. So if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe, and if you've liked the video, give us a thumbs up as well, because that really helps as well. And I enjoy your comments, so please leave your comments below. Tell us if what we're doing is in the right direction, what you want to see, or tell us what you would like to see as well, and that I use a lot of your suggestions to make my up and coming videos. Now, just before I go, there's one thing I need to mention as well, and I just had to think what that is. Oh, I remember, I bought another car. More on that next week. Have a good week. See you next Monday.